I want to title this Tim Talk for the greater good. It's our time to shine. I'm sitting here right now talking to you, and we just sent a rover. NASA did. Just sent a rover to Mars, and it landed on the surface of Mars. We're in the middle of the COVID-19 epidemic, and in 8 months, a vaccine, 3 of them, 4 of them maybe, were discovered by science. I just look at those 2 things. I go, we sent a rover to fly for years to land on Mars, and now it's going to collect rocks and bring them back to us. And who knows what will ever happen about that. But I'm a great believer in space exploration and exploring. I think the idea of exploring is the curiosity that is birthed from it. We have to do it as humans. I've often wondered, like, if I could go back in time and not be in any danger and participate in something, where would I go? Think about it. Ask yourself this question. Because I love to explore. I love to explore. And in this modern world, sometimes you think everything's been explored, right? Everything's been checked out. So if I could go back in time, what I would do is I would go with the Lewis and Clark expedition out to the American West, sent by President Thomas Jefferson, and I would be their naturalist. Or I would go with Captain James Cook from England on all 3 of his voyages around the world, to Australia, discovering the Hawaiian Islands, up the coast of California, British Columbia, into Alaska. I'd be his naturalist. Probably those would be my 2 top ones. And I got to tell you, it's so vital for us to be able to do that. And it shows that anything is possible. So today, bringing it back to today, and I think, well, we just went to Mars. We just discovered a vaccine to fight this virus that's threatening all life on Earth. There's nothing we can't do. And there are realms of exploration, like going into space, like exploring viruses, exploring new ways of living, exploring places that have already been discovered more deeply, finding new animals living in places and trying to protect them. There's exploring ourselves. Who are we? What are we all about? Why are we here? What are we supposed to do with this one precious life? How are we supposed to live it? If we think about the explorer in us and we let it birth and shoot out in like a spider web of ways, it's endless what we can do and how to explore. And we don't always have to explore for fame or fortune or glory. We can just do it for our own personal joy and love and connection. But it's a very important thing. So, as I entitled this, for the greater good, it's our time to shine. Knowing that we just went to Mars, knowing that we just found this vaccine, and there's so many others, I believe that all the problems we have are solvable. There's not one that isn't. And one of the biggest ones that's before us now, particularly we're aware of it, us Earth lovers, us Earth caretakers, is the changing climate caused by human beings basically burning fossil fuels, changing the environment. And by doing it, this human being thing that we do, burning fossil fuels in our cars and so forth, has changed the climate. It's endangering animals and life all over the world. That's on us. That's what we've done. And ultimately, it's endangering us greatly and profoundly going to change our lives. So it's time to get off our butts, guys. The beauty is everywhere. And the reason I bring this vaccine discovery up, or going to Mars, is it shows there's nothing we can't do. There's nothing. We can figure out this problem, tackle it, and get it handled. But we have to find a way to come together as a people. All colors, races, shapes, sizes, businesses, religions. We got to all come together because it's going to affect us all. No one's going to get away from this one. And the only answer I have is that it starts with you. So after you hear this little Tim talk here, take a self-assessment. Look in the mirror, an honest self-assessment. What are you doing to tackle this problem called global warming, human overpopulation, and the damaging to our earth? What are you doing every single day of your life to help the situation become better? I know, and I won't mention names here, but I know some young people that are in there, just around 20 now, quite a few that I know, do nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, you're here, you're 20 years old. By the time you're my age, 66, it'll be way too late. And I think back to when I was 12, 13, 14, 15, we were marching to stop the Vietnam War. We were marching for the environment. I don't know, my generation, we really were out there doing it. And I'm talking to everyone here now, but particularly the younger people. Start a movement. Become Earth caretakers. Make your life about caring for the planet. Find ways to do it. And don't be the naysayer that says, oh, they're not doing it, they're not doing it, they're not doing it. You do it. And you let your actions inspire. And from there, it's up to something bigger than you or I. As long as we're giving our best, it's up to something bigger than you or I. But we have to give our best, and we're not even close to that. But here's the beauty. We know we can do it. We can go to Mars. We can make a vaccine. This problem can be solved. The answers we don't have can be figured out. We have incredible minds and scientists and thinkers and living on this planet. And if we come together for the greater good, anything is possible. I'm believing that we're going to get this thing done. It's going to be good. I'm not on the side that says it's over. There are days when I wake up and I read too much news about elephants dying here and polar bears dying there and for Australia being burned down and the forest, and it overwhelms me and my head goes, oh, and I cry and I scream. And then I come back to my truth. And that is, I believe anything's possible. There are no limits. And I do the work. I get off my butt and I do the work to live in a good way for all living beings and the planet.